Alright, my zillions, welcome to my review of the Marvel Legends Gambit from the X-Men, of course. If you don't know Gambit, this character was created in the 90s by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont, I want to say. Jim Lee for sure. I can't remember if this was post... No, Chris Claremont. And this dude blew up. You know, he was probably one of the hottest creations of the 90s, for sure, you know, and he's gone on to fame in, like, the cartoon, the Wolverine movie, kind of, sort of, and a failed attempt by Channing Tatum to bring him to his own movie. But whatevs. Now, this is a figure that's interesting. It's also on the heels of the Revoltech version coming out, which I didn't get. I actually stopped getting that line. I think I actually have a couple pieces left to review here from that line that I did get. That's neither here nor there either. But this guy did come along, and I did want a Gambit, I think, you know. The Revoltech one, I just kind of passed again, you know, I just kind of wasn't collecting it. And this guy, I was just like, well, if I see it in store and I liked it, maybe. And then I saw a couple of bad reviews, and they're just like, I don't know. And then I saw it in GameStop, I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing, I'm gonna buy it. So I did, and guess what, guys? I like it. And my review is gonna be a lot different than the ones you've heard. For accessories, first and foremost, of course, he comes with a staff, the segmented staff here. It's just done in silver plastic. It's fine. It's a little bendy, you know. It's not warped or anything. It fits in his hand well. You know, I got no problem with it. It works. You know, it's functional. It does well. So yeah, that's totally fine as a staff. The other item you saw in the opening here is this charged up card. It's just done in pink translucent plastic, but I like it. I think it looks cool. It fits in his fingers well. I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want from that? I mean, really, you don't need anything. It's very unique looking, you know, it's its own sculpt. It looks good as a card, and it's charged up. The pink is perfect. I mean, as a old school X-Men reader, this works. This works very well. I think a lot of folks have this notion that these toys should be part of, like, you know, representative of, like, maybe what they saw in the cartoon when they were kids. But it's more from the comics. You know, like, they very specifically homage the comics more than the cartoons. So if you're thinking otherwise, I don't know. This is good. The sculpt is fine, and it looks totally cool. And Gambit's last accessory is this throwing hand with 3 charged up cards and a swoosh line going that way. The cards look good. It's the same deal. This is kind of reminiscent of the Captain America throwing the shield type of deal. It works. I definitely think it works. He's got his glove on there. The paint is a little messy on the glove part. It's fine. It's, you know, it could be touched up easily. But it is kind of messy. You can tell that the whole hand is done in this translucent plastic, and then they painted over it. That's fine too. You know, it's just it's not the greatest there. The swoosh here is fine if you know your 90s comics, right? You know, you might look at this and think, oh, this is not the way a swoosh is gonna go. But if you looked at any, like, Jim Lee comic or any, you know, Liefeld, Willis Portacio, all those guys, they always had all these crazy lines going around, you know, in front of his hand, regardless of how it's supposed to be. This is not real life, guys. Get over it. It really is not. So let's see if I can pull this hand out while there we go. Put this in here. Let's see how it looks. Give him a little posing action. That's totally fine for me. Without a doubt, that works. If you know your comics, that really works well. It just harkens back to all those old Jim Lee comics. It just looks awesome, in my opinion. taking a look at Gambit himself, I actually want to start out with this hands because this hand is painted well. I like the glove on that, and I really like the shape and pose of his hand. It's obviously unique to Gambit, you know, so he can stick his card in there. It's very well done. It's pretty cool. Actually, you know, there's a little bit of I can't tell. I think the plastic is black here, and then they painted over it because it could use another coat there. I think that's what's going on there. The other hand is you know, this, you know, it's just the same. Just a holding hand. So totally fine there. He's wearing this coat, and you know, like most Marvel Legends coats, it's, you know, it goes over his shoulders here. I'm not gonna take it off him, but I think, you know, all the wrinkles look very, very nice. You know, nice folds and wrinkles. It looks very well worn in. You know, it would have been cool if there was a little bit of wash on it, but like the coating is not the coating, the sculpt work on it, the texture is what I'm trying to say. Whew, it's pretty good. You know, there's like nice work in there. It looks like leather, and that's awesome. You know, all around here looks good, very well sculpted. It's good looking, you know, and then if you look on the arms, it's well done. It's a little bit glossier than here, but they tried to put a little gloss, as you can see there, so it's not the worst. It works. I think it works decently well, honestly. And, you know, overall, I think this coat is very nice, and honestly, it doesn't hinder him much, which is pretty fantastic, I gotta say. Looking at his boots here, very nice, a nice metallic, kind of swirly-ish, bluish, you know, like kind of that like metallic blue, electric blue. Really nice sculpt work on it. Looks like armor, and it looks really good. I dig it. His legs look good, decently musculatured. I've heard people say his legs are too skinny, and I don't agree. Again, check out any comic. And I think it goes fine with his body, you know? The rest of his body, like, he's not, like, coming outwards. He's, you know, straight down, up and down. To me, you know, it looks proportional. I feel like I could say that as a guy that works in comics. I think it looks pretty well done. I really like the like pinkish, purplish, violetish. It's like a hot pink, actually. Metallic pink on the sides. That looks really good. I wish they just painted these black. I always have a complaint with Marvel Legends with this stuff. Paint the inside. I do want it painted. I could do it myself, yes, but I shouldn't have to. So both sides look good there. And this is painted here. This part here is a translucent plastic, and I actually think that looks really good. It's a cool call there by Marvel Legends, by Hasbro. It looks good. It's got a nice metallic pearlescent finish, and the musculature is very nice. And it should be, you know, Gambit should have, like, you know, sleek muscles. I don't think he's overly bulky at all. I think it looks good. I think he looks real good. And you know what? With the coat, it really doesn't matter because it covers up some of his body and it covers up a lot of his legs. And, you know, so what's the big deal there? You know, I think it looks good. Then his collar piece looks really nice. Nice metallic. I like the design work on there. You know, it's a little crazy, but I've seen that before. You know, it looks right to me. So I like it. It's very nicely done. Then you go up to his head, you know, it's black. He's got the trademark 90s design headgear there. Totally fine. They did it well, I think. His hair is sculpted really nicely. I do dig it, and I dig the wash on it. It really brings it out. His face looks very cool. I dig it. I think that is a really good kind of Jim Lee-esque look. He's got a little 5 o'clock shadow, which looks good. His eyes are painted red, which is very interesting. Very, very cool looking. I do dig that. It looks really good. So yeah, I mean, he's got a good look to him, for sure. I just think this is a really nice representation of Gambit. Yeah, to me, it's Gambit. Like, I think Marvel Legends really nailed this one. So I said the coat doesn't hinder him, so let's look at the articulation. So we could take a look at that further. You got the head, which is on the trademark hinge ball joint. Works really well. You have the ab crunch here. See, nothing doing there. It works totally fine. Waist swivel. I mean, he could even go back. It's you know, not totally back, but he's not going to go totally back anyway. Hinge swivel. Swivel there. I think it's just a single jointed elbow here because of the coat. That's fine. I don't need it completely double jointed there. Maybe that's a complaint. I don't really have a complaint about it. It's fine. Hinge. Swivel at the wrists. The legs split that much. Kicks that much. Goes back. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knee works good. You got a boot cut on this dude. And you got ankle rocker and hinge, of course. So, you know, it's very good articulation. I don't think I need any more. I mean, I'll take it if you gave it to me, but I think he works totally well with what he's got here. And he works fine with the coat, so there you go. For your size comparisons, here he is with the only other wavemate that I got. Beast. Power Rangers Legacy Dino Charge Red. Man, you can see how much bigger Gambit is here than Dino Charge here. Both are Hasbro figures in the 6-inch range. SH Figure Arts Ultraman Zero. NECA Spyro. Mezco Popeye. And the brand new Mechanaut Dynamo. And my final thoughts, I really love this figure, guys. This is probably one of my favorite Marvel Legends in a long time. I really, really dig it. It's super cool in my opinion. It just does it for me. It hits all the right notes for Gambit to be. He's everything I would want out of a Gambit figure. You know, the teenager in me that loved the Jim Lee X-Men styled X-Men, you know, like, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And out of all those guys that have come out so far through Marvel Legends, this is the one I had to get. Like, Beast is like a different animal for me. Like, I've liked Beast even longer than that, but like, Gambit from that era, like, for me, like, I had to get this figure, you know. It's the one that made me want to get it, more so than like Cyclops and Rogue and whoever else we've had so far, Jubilee in this wave. I just haven't cared. This one though, I was like, man, that looks cool. One other note, you could use his coat to help him stand in some cool poses, and that, my friends, is a good thing, a free stand there. So there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. If you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. All those links are down below. And until next time, peace out, peeps.